Hey everybody, my name is Andrew. I'm a Mountain Hardwear warranty rep, and today we're going to be talking about tents. Tents are an essential part of my outdoor gear kit. I like making sure that I'm regularly caring for and inspecting a few things before I head out on my trip. First off, you want to make sure that your zipper sliders and your zipper teeth function smoothly in both directions. You want to check for any gunk or buildup in between the teeth before heading out on your next trip. On my fly sheet, I like making sure that I'm inspecting the seams, any taping as well. What I'm looking for on my fly sheet tape is for any bubbling or any sort of flaking up off of the tape. Open seams are something that you also want to address as well before heading out. That might compromise the fly sheet. Stakes are another important component of any tent. You want to make sure that you have enough stakes for the tent setup that you're using. You also want to make sure that they aren't warped or bent before you take them out on your next trip. Guy outlines are a super important part for any strong tent. We have a few different types here. This is our thicker, heavier guy outline. This is from our alpine use. This is our all-mountain kind of carpet camping guy line that we use as well. This is a lighter, thinner option. Make sure that you're using the right type for whatever activity you're going on. I also like making sure that I'm inspecting thoroughly all of my pole sections. What you want to make sure that you're looking for are any cracks or bends or splintering in these pole sections. And you also want to make sure that you're inspecting the connectors as well. Lastly, I like to inspect my fly sheet, my tent body, and my footprint for any rips, tears, or holes. If you're smelling any sort of strong odor coming from either of these components, that might mean that your PU coating is starting to break off. So that is it for checking all of your components before heading out. Let's get to setting up your tent. Now that I've chosen the spot for my tent, let's go ahead and pitch it. Always make sure that when you're setting up and connecting your poles, that your sections are fully connected and that you don't have space in between, as this might create some splintering or cracks in the pole sections. Okay, from here you want to make sure that that middle connector is on first. And from there you can go ahead and attach these clips from the top out. Lastly, let's make sure we get our brow pole on there. Again, making sure that your pole sections are fully connected. Next, you want to make sure that you are staking out your tent. You also want to make sure that you have enough. This would go through this loop right here. Great, so now that we have our tent staked out and our fly sheet on, it's now time to talk about guying out your tent. Normally we'll have 4 points of contact on our fly sheets. We have 2 in the front here on the vestibule and 2 in the back. What you'll want to do is loop around your guy line through this point of contact. You can stake the other end to the floor. This will create a more structurally sound tent in windier nights. So you will notice that the footprint for our tent is a smaller size than the tent body floor, and this is done on purpose to prevent any pooling of condensation or moisture under the tent body. Breaking down your tent is essentially a reverse process from setting up. Some best practices for breaking down your poles includes breaking it down from middle out. This will ensure longevity of your shock cord life. Lastly, once I return from my trip, I like to inspect all my components for any rip, tears, or cuts. I like to set up my tent and let it air dry as best as possible. Once it's air dried, I like to loosely fold it and store it in a cool, dry location off the floor. If you have any issues with your tent, please give us a call at Mountain Hardwear Warranty and we'd love to help you out.